Hello, ladies, gents, boys and girls, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Today we are in the Boeing 777-200ER by PMDG, but it's not just an ordinary flight. Today it's the first time we'll be using the fantastic brand new Boris AudioWorks sound pack for the 777. We'll be taking this American Airlines 777-200ER as American Airlines 60 here at Tokyo Narita over to Dallas Fort Worth. Got a flight time of 11 hours and 5 minutes, powered by the brilliant Rolls-Royce engine, so should be some good sounds on departure. We're going to be very heavy today. It's a long flight. Our routing today takes us out of Tokyo, northbound. We'll just go south of Russia all the way across. The first bit of land we'll see will be Vancouver, and then we'll start going through the American states and finally ending up in Texas at Dallas Fort Worth. So what we'll do is we'll jump into the flight deck. I'll be quiet for a little bit and I'll let you enjoy the new Boris AudioWorks sound pack. So we'll jump into the EFB. The sounds are already really good. We'll get our departure. So it's 02015 degrees. So we'll be departing off the 34 lefts, I believe. So we're actually the furthest taxiway away. So it's going to be a long taxi. It's telling us we're going to be departing off 34 left, which is the furthest one away. So that's completely fine. So our departure today is going to be out of the Gulbo 2. And we'll leave the arrival. We'll plug an arrival in so we've got a correct estimated time of arrival, but we'll leave it as that. We're not on VATSIM, but we'll plug in 1000 and we'll plug in the Unicom code of 122.8. The scenery you see in front of you is Drazeki Designs Tokyo Narita, ported over to 2024. It works fine on my system. I think it's a nice looking scenery. The only problem I have with Drazeki Designs is sometimes their sceneries do look a bit less than... Well, they don't look like the price they charge, basically, sometimes. And the Tokyo Narita one's fine. There's just a couple of textures and a couple of models that look slightly out of date. But it's still a really good scenery, especially with the world update that we are using as well that's being streamed. Should get some nice views on departure from Tokyo. We won't see Tokyo because it's so far away. We'll be turning right away from the city as well. So we'll jump into the FMC. I was just waiting for the startup sound so you can listen to them. We'll get the load page plugged in. So we're going to be taking 85,000 kilograms of fuel. And the payload is going to be 169.1. Plug that in there nicely. So that's all sorted there. So the aircraft's fully loaded. And we can go into the FMC and we'll go route, and we're at stand 72, so it's Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha and 72, and we'll plug that in. We'll request flight plan and listen to the bing bong it makes when it requests it. It's really good. It's just all the sounds sound more refined. I mean, I love PMDG, but waiting so long for that little sound pack for the 777, it was getting annoying. So we'll execute that. And we're departing off of 3-4 left today. 3-4 left, and we'll execute that. Our departure is the Gulbo 2. And we'll have a look at the departure. Oh, I didn't mean to pin that. Let's have a look at the airport first. Just want to have a look at our taxiing. I think there's a special chart for the taxiing, because we're so far away. Yeah, they're all there. I'm just looking for the airport chart. Trying to see what the heading of the runway is. So plug that in. And our arrival, it's saying 13 right on the arrival. We're on the Vuxtree 2, and there is no transition, I don't think, but there is the Murray transition, but no secondary transition. Just going through the flight plan just to make sure, and it doesn't look like it. And we can always change it, can't we, in the flight plan? So we'll go legs, step through this, so right hand turn after departure. Very long flight plan. And there's the arrival. So that looks pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Just got to remove this because there's some double waypoints in there, which is going to screw up the flight plan a little bit when we descend. So we'll just pop that in like that, and that should have cleared it up nicely. There you go, we've got a nice straight in. So the arrival's probably going to change, and I'll have a look what runways, because I know at DFW there's hundreds of runways, isn't there? So we'll have a look, and we're going to be in the air for 11 hours, so the winds are going to change, the runway's going to probably change. So I'll just check on flight radar and see what runway they're landing in real life. We'll go automatic to RTO, checklist, we'll just clear that up there, and we'll go normal on that one. I'll pop back on the engine page. So the stop altitude of the SID we're having today is, so that's just telling us the routing. So I'll plug 7,000 in, and we'll reject our performance page because that's changed, and we'll go through this. It's 169.1 is the zero fuel weight, and our reserves we're going to need today. Let's have a jot of this down, quick mental math. So we're going to be taking 10.5 extra tons, 350 is our cruise, and 133 is our cost index. Let's go to the performance. We're going to go 3-4 left, import, calculate. It's giving us a takeoff of 2. 47 as the selected temperature. We're going to go flat 5. Plug the CG in, and it's 160 knots for departure, which I will plug in now. And LNAV and VNAV for departure. And that is pretty much everything set up for our departure today. I'm going to jump back in shortly when GSX has finished loading and we are ready to rock and roll over to DFW. welcome into the flight deck again. The lights have gone down, it's got quite dark. We've been sat here for a while waiting for GSX to load. So we'll close all the doors and we'll ask GSX to push us back. We'll arm all the cabin doors. And checklist, parking brake set, and we'll go through our checklist here, which has all been completed, and we're just waiting on the beacon light, which we're going to ask for pushback first. And we'll just get rid of the chocks. Oh no, they're already removed, so that's fine. So there's the taxi chart up. Pressurise the hydraulics. And we're going to go tail left for departure. Right, I'm going to release the parking brakes. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let you enjoy the engine startup sounds on the Trents.
All engines clear. Start at wheel. Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for
cockpit to ground.
Engines.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear. Tow track disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
So, both engines are started now. They were really nice, weren't they? I was really disappointed with the Rolls-Royce and GE sounds. Not GE sounds, Pratt & Whitney sounds. When the 200 came out. But now with this sound pack, it sounds exactly like the real thing. I've flown on GE version, G90 version of the 777 and the Rolls-Royce with BA. And that sounds exactly like the real thing. It's brilliant. So, trim up to 6 it wants today, 6.5. So the pack's coming on. And that whine, I watched a video on the 777. That's the air-driven hydraulic pumps. That's that whine. So go full right, neutral, left, neutral, full forward, full back. And for the rudders, full left and full right. All flight controls are now free and correct. Right, let's start looking at this mammoth taxi. We'll be here all day. So it's going to be a right, and I think there's a... If I search it, there is an actual taxi chart, isn't there? We probably should have done this in the pre-flight brief, but oh well, we live and learn. So taxi routes, departure and all runways. So it wants us to push back and go right. We're going to go onto Charlie, and it's the first left after the turn, and then we follow it all the way down to the end and onto the runway, which is absolutely fine. So actually it makes a lot of sense. So we're going to turn right here, and then onto Charlie and follow it round basically. Oh, that howl is spot on. Brilliant. Goodbye to the company 787 that's sat there, and let's get on our way to runway 34 left. So, that was a long taxi, wasn't it? Never ended. We're here now, anyway, 34 left. Winds are still current, so we can take off of this runway. Nothing's changed. We're ready for departure now, so 11 hours and 5 minutes it looks like airborne. And I can't wait. I haven't flown the 777 since the Boris Audio Works sound pack. I just made sure it's installed correctly and did one little test to make sure that it worked. So we'll do the checklist, and I cannot wait to hear these Rolls-Royces spool up. So we get the lights on, weather radar and strobes, and we are ready to get out of here. And one thing I really like about 2024 as well is the lighting. It's really, really good, really good. Looks like a little bit of uneven terrain in front of us on the threshold. Hopefully it doesn't break the plane. That'd be annoying after we set this all up, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is just a bit of mismatch of terrain. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So at 1,000 feet, I'll engage the autopilot, let the aeroplane fly itself, and we'll have a listen to the sounds a little bit more. So we'll spool them up, chrono, and we are stable, toga. Oh, that sounds good. Maintaining centre line with rudder. And releasing that forward pressure now. V1 and rotate. Airborne, positive rate of climb. We'll go gear up. And goodbye Tokyo. Look at that. Wow. There's 1,000 feet, autopilot on, and we'll jump to a wing view shortly and listen to that D rate. Oh my word, that was unbelievable. It was like I was on the real plane then. That is fantastic. So, climbing away now. It's going to be a very slow climb. We are very heavy. And there's Tokyo Airport disappearing behind us. Flaps position 1, speed checked. And the trailing edge flaps will come up now. Taxi light can come off. How would I go about giving myself more climb thrust? Do we need it really? No. We'll go flaps up. Watch the leading edge flaps come in now. And that noise is just absolutely unreal, isn't it? There it is. So we're going to climb out 1. Give us a little bit more thrust, get us up there. We'll plug the 3.5 in, standard barometric pressure. Turn off's going to come off now. Goodbye, Japan. Lovely views off that right hand wing. We just caught it at the right time so we can still see some scenery before it went dark. It should be broad daylight when we get to DFW. and I think it's Aviation-SIM DFW. It cost me a lot of money. It was like 38 quid for the scenery, or $38. But yeah, hopefully that's a nice scenery when we get there. We'll just have to wait and see in 11 hours. So it's got us levelled off at 7,000. We'll go thrust reference, LNAV, VNAV speed. We'll climb up to 35,000. Oh yeah. Boris is brilliant. And Phoenix Dave. They both made this. So guys, that is pretty much it for the climb out. Not much left to do apart from leave it in autopilot for 11 hours, and I'll join you when we're in our descent into Dallas-Fort Worth. Into the flight deck. We are now well on our way into Dallas-Fort Worth. Not an eventful flight. Everything was pretty much smooth. The flight, I was going to say flight factor then, the PMDG 777 handled it like a champion as usual. We had to avoid some absolutely dodgy weather though over the Pacific, so I'm glad we took that extra fuel. Some quite large deviations that had to do as there was some weather. We were at 37,000 and we were going through quite big clouds. Apart from that, everything's been okay, and the runways have changed. We were going on 13 right. I realised probably wouldn't land on 13 right usually, and in real world they're landing on 18 right, so that's what we're going to do today, 18 right. So we've got the minimums plugged in, the approach reference plugged in. Getting a bit of speed brake out now. So, speed's coming down nicely now. It's a typical SID for the US. We just fly on ahead in and get vectored in. We'll vector ourselves in though. We'll do it all manually. I have got VATSIM working. I'm not using it at the moment yet. But I've got it working, and I bought FS Traffic as well, which is really good because the models look brilliant. So we'll be using that as well soon. And also PMDG are coming out with the 7.3 for 2024, which is bang on time because that's my favourite plane. And hopefully the Boris Audio Works sound pack goes across with that instantly, because that will be an instant purchase the upgrade fee. Bit disappointed of the upgrade fee though, but apparently it's completely reworked from the ground up for 2024, so we'll see about that when we get it in our hangars. They posted a picture with their slogan "Soon TM," so hopefully they're not lying about that this time, and it is mere weeks away instead of half a year. But apart from that, flight sim's been pretty slow at the end of this year. A lot of people pushing their products back until 2026. I know Bluebird Simulation 7.5 has been pushed back till 2026, which is fine. I'd rather just wait until the product is absolutely banged on. We've also got the Inibuilds 340-300 that came out. I'm very tempted by it. It's just a bit too expensive for this time. I'll probably get it at the end of the month, and we'll give that a spin. What else has been going on? That's about it really in flight sim news. I know the towless Aerosoft A340-600 is coming sooner than we think, so I did a little deep dive, which I'm really excited for. I think that's going to be a very good aeroplane. I don't trust Aerosoft, but if it's got towless systems, I'll 100% back it. Towless are a brilliant developer, and their Airbus are the best on the market. Not visually, but their systems are unmatched. We get vertical speed on the go now as we are descending a bit too fast. So this is our left-hand turn now, and I'm going to slow it down to 230 knots, which is our next speed restriction. And I need to actually change that, don't I? Yeah, that I'm still looking at 13 right. We need 18 right. Where's 18 right? There you go. So we need to change the minimums as well. Runway's long enough, we go to 83 still. Idle reverse. Um, 3,000 to step down, so it's not too bad. So speeds keeping nicely at 230. Right, 220 knots now. And runway should be out there somewhere. Flaps 1. And we'll go for flap 25 today. Runway's so long here, we do not need flap 30. There's flap 1 coming out. And the Texan countryside down there. Such a big state, Texas. You don't realise how big it is until you fly in it. So 500 feet per minute now. And we'll go 195. I love that little, when the engine starts to spool up, it does that little howl. It's so realistic. They do that on the Trents on the 330 as well. If you fly the 330-300 on the Trents in real life, there's always a constant howl on those things. So what's the taxi? So we want to take, no, not that one, it's this one, and it's the square building in the middle that we want to take. So we'll take like stand 27, 29, something like that. That's where the real plane parked. Approach. Flap 5, bug the flap 5 speed. Well, actually, we'll go 180 knots, we're still quite far out. There's flap 5 coming out. Beautiful, look at that wing flex. So glide slope's coming in now. On the speed brake. It's that little howl, it gets me every time. It's brilliant. So we'll probably get off there and then straight across. Yeah, the runways are so long here, so it shouldn't take up much of anything. And actually, we need to change the fixed rings as well. Flap 15. Speed check. We'll keep it at 170. We'll just get the flaps out. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful scenery down there. Looks really nice. Looking forward to seeing what the Aviation-SIM scenery looks like here.
$2,500.
There's 2,500. So 140 knots for 25. Gear down. Flap to 20. And flap 25. We'll bug. The winds are quite strong. We'll bug 140 for the time being. And there's flap 25 coming out. Beautiful. Look at the scenery down there. That looks gorgeous. Brilliant. Right. Landing checklist complete. It's a really strong headwind still there, actually. Taxi light can come on now. And we'll blank below DU. Ooh, there's a big gust there. See the thrust, try and catch that. And now it's going to dive for it. So, protect control. My aeroplane. Let's do a little bit of hand flying, guys.
1,000.
1,000 feet checked. Still stable. Yeah, the winds are very, very strong. Whoa, that sounded good, didn't it? That roar. Yeah, these winds are no joke.
$500. $400. $300.
So concentrating a lot here. This wind is kicking my backside really.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
So hold it there. Oh, and that was nice. Maintaining centre line. Idle reverse. Decelerated nicely now. Oh, reverse that even out. There you go. Ah, no, I forgot. I need to double click my bloody throttles. Stupid binding on a 2024 speed. Not speed brake. Cause brake can come off, and we've got off at the exit we wanted anyway. So we'll taxi off of here. And what we'll do is we'll hold short of 18 left. We'll have a quick look at the taxi chart. So I'm not sure where I'm going around here. Right, APU can come on now, and we'll just pull it up here, and we'll have a quick look at the taxi chart. Just make sure we're definitely going to the right place. Not a VAT sim or anything, but I would like to go in the correct direction because it is a big airport. So we'll go 27, 20 something through there. So 27's a heavy, and we'll go no, and we're American Airlines. Brilliant. Right. Parking brake off. So taxi across, 18 left. So I've just checked Volanta, and it gave us a landing rating of minus 137, which I think's pretty good. Pretty good for the 777. I'm happy with that landing after a long haul. So swing it round here. And 11 hours 10 minutes. We're 5 minutes late. 5 minutes late. It's probably because of that runway change. So we're still on time. But that was pretty spectacular if you ask me. I've really enjoyed flying the 777. And this sound pack is unbelievable. I bought the sound pack off the Orbex store. It was, let me just check my banking app and I'll tell you how much it was in British pounds. So it was Orbex £14. £14 for that sound pack. And if you ask me, that's probably the best £14 I've ever spent in my life. It's really good. If you just want a specific engine variant, you can get them individually. I think like £8 each. But if you want the super variant, which is what I bought, it's 15 or £14, sorry. And you get the sound pack for the 300ER, the 200ER, and the 200F. You get the Rolls-Royce engines, General Electric engines, and the Pratt & Whitney engine sound pack. And in the manual, there's little nuances like the little foot heater. You can, if you switch that to low or high, you can change the hydraulic noise. There's headphone simulation. You can turn passenger chatter on and off. Boris doesn't miss a beat, really, does he? So, and Phoenix Dave. So what we'll do is we'll pull up here. There's no taxi markings for us here, but I'm assuming we can just cut across. I'm not familiar with American airports that well. Oh, don't know what happened to my rudder then, it just carried on. So I'm going to follow my own guidance. I'll follow the stopping distance. I just won't follow the... We're not 1.4 metres to the right. Right, call it a day there. Parking brake set. APU's on. So Engine 1 and 2 can be killed, and welcome down to Dallas Fort Worth. Right guys, welcome down to DFW. Hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did. The Boris audio works are a definite purchase in my opinion. If you're on the fence about them, I would get them. I know that the PMDG team have been working on a sound pack, but I can't see it being better than the Boris audio works one, so I'd purchase it personally. But the aircraft is brilliant nonetheless. I've really enjoyed the flight today. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is working perfectly for me on my new PC. Really enjoyed flying around in the sim. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. We'll probably be jumping into the GE version of the 777, maybe the 300ER, doing some long haul ops again. So that'll be the next video. In the meantime, I'll leave you. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon in the next video.